Morning, Larry. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. Again, just want to kind of communicate the risk disclosure here. We all the content that's being published by the market trader is to be treated as general information. None of the information provided is intended as investment advice and offer to buy, sell, recommend, endorse, sponsor any security, company, or fund. We should understand that future trading does carry a fair amount of risk and is not for every investor. An investor could potentially lose all or more of their initial investment, and only risk capital should be used. Money that we can otherwise afford to lose without compromising one's financial security should be used for trading, and only those individuals with sufficient risk capital should consider trading. Again, nothing contained herein is a solicitation to offer, buy, sell futures, options, or forex. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Okay. So now that we've gotten the risk disclosure, want to move into here. See if I can locate my. Okay. So go ahead. Black screen. Okay, it's coming. It's I'm refreshing it again. Okay. Hey, Sonny. So one thing I actually wanted to take a quick look at, guys, is I just wanted to make sure, as we all know, hopefully you guys can see my screen. I think you can. At least I'm getting evidence on my end that you can. Okay. All right. So one thing I just want to double confirm here that the volume remains in the September contract. Okay. You see that the volume in the ES is remains. Volume in the NASDAQ remains in the September contract. So this is, I guess, the week of rollover. Okay. So one thing to be aware of when in rollover is, the people or participants who are holding trades are trying to get the best possible price. So could cause the market to, I guess, maybe behave even more erratically than normal. Okay, as throughout the day. So I guess for those who trade ES and NQ and some of these other equity markets, that's something to be aware of. Okay, all right. So we are going to continue trading the September contract. But understand that I'm come Sunday. I think that's when the rollover happens. Come Monday, we should be moving into the Z or December contract, the Z. Okay. All right. See. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at the news. So we'll stop share again and share financial juice. I can locate it. There it is. I'll go ahead and see if I can log in here. Okay, so here's our financial juice. We've already had the U.S. import report come out month over month that came under or over forecast. We have Michigan, some inflation numbers coming in at 10 a.m. I'm not even reading it right. Let's see here. Oh, that's right. Okay. 10 a.m. We have some Michigan numbers, and as always, we have the imports. Change. Okay. Um, all right. So again, we have some Michigan reports coming in at 10 a.m. I have obviously have the option expiration, European option expiration also happening at 10 a.m. So okay, so fair amount of no, not no. I mean, the news that I guess is probably going to impact us the most has already been put into the market. Um, so I think nothing really too out of the ordinary that we should be expecting here. Okay. All right. Let's again black screen. Interesting. Okay, try this one more time. We're going to go ahead and move to the charts, guys. So I'm going to locate my chart window, and hopefully that'll clear up the issues that we're seeing. Um, Hopefully you can see my screen. Again, sorry guys, I don't know why this is happening. Okay, let's let's take a look. Let's take a look at. Let's see, modify this here a little bit. All right, so let's start with the gold market. Okay, we're going to go ahead. We had a pretty significant rally yesterday. Okay, in the market. Okay, we continue to rally today. Okay, so let's shut down some of these levels. Okay, and again, so if we had any doubts about the direction, well, it became very clear yesterday, once with the break of this consolidation area. Okay, so we had a very strong close above a consolidation area, and we had a gap open today, right? So if there's any doubts about the direction, okay, I think about we were in kind of this consolidation range. Okay, well, with this candle right here, that kind of changed the tone here quite a bit. Okay, so, and now we had a follow through candle or follow up candle today that's developing. That's equally, I wouldn't say equally as strong, but we had a gap open, also indicating sentiment remains to the upside. Okay. All right. So daily is bullish. 4 hour is also bullish. Okay. We are above some supply areas, or at some supply areas here in this market. Okay. Trying to see if there's anything here to the left, and looks like we have basically made some new highs here. Looks like trying to see maybe on the weekly. Is there anything to the left? Nothing. Nothing to the left. We're at all-time highs in the gold. Okay, so that's pretty significant. Okay, if we close the week at all-time highs, that could spur another rally. Okay, in this market. Okay, so if I do my little fib extension here, if I take this low here, well, looks like 2792 or 2800 is very much in the cards in this market. Okay, we are coming up in an area where we could 2625, which could cause price to maybe take a little bit of a make a little bit of a pullback, but ultimately, at least on the weekly chart, 2800, given that we've broken structure here to the upside, has now become more of a possibility. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and drop down to the 30-minute chart. Let's start doing a little bit of some volume and analysis here. So I have my volume profile that I have in place here already in. Okay. You can see that we are above value. All right, above value in the market. So indicating that the bulls are very much in control. Okay. So let's see. Value, we have value area high, we got value area low right about here. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and open up sentiment, point of control. Okay. And then, right. So now we're going to go ahead and open up our levels here, guys. So locate my spreadsheet. I didn't remove it. I may have removed it. Okay. So let me open that up. I'm just loading up my spreadsheet here so I can add my levels here, guys. Give me a couple seconds here. All right. Okay. So this is kind of what we're looking at with respect to levels in the gold market. Okay. So here are our levels. We'll just double check a few of these. So we have value area high coming in at 25.87. Value area low coming in at 25.66, which is in line. Point of control at 25.81. Okay. And then we have settlement at 25.80. Okay. So these are all in line here. So ADR high, we are rapidly approaching to 25.602. And then we have, let's see, average session high coming in a bit higher here at 26.07. All right. So what to make of this market? Well, this market appears that it wants to head higher. Okay. And we've broken some structure, not just on these 38 or 50-minute bars, but we've broken some daily and weekly levels, okay, to the upside. So that could very well be something that, what is the settings for the profile? So basically, David, I use a fixed range volume profile, which is available in Top Step, the Top Step X platform. Also, this is something in available in TradingView, but there's really nothing that I've modified here outside of possibly modifying the value area. The yellow area is using 68% of the range. Okay. Outside of that, the only other thing that I've done is I really don't care within each bar how much buy volume or sell volume. I keep that value area consistently one color. Okay. So that's pretty much the only changes that I've made to the fixed range volume profile. Okay. All right. So I'm going to be focused in on, looking for opportunities to the bullish side. I think we have, what was I going to say? I think we have a reasonable chance to get up to 2607. Okay. In this market, we have ADR in its way. We have 2603. We have the 30-minute bar potentially creating. Let's see what the initial balance is telling us. So we have a 30-minute bar that potentially is going to break some structure again here to the left-hand side, and the current move is supported by volume. Okay. So you can see here volume delta that we have a delta of buy orders. Our buy orders have exceeded it by the tune of 2K more than sellers here. Okay. So these all evidence that there's future price or higher prices in store. Now, in this particular case, excuse me. I'm going to do my anchored VWAP here. I see that we had kind of a double bottom here, so I'm going to create my anchored VWAP right about there. Okay, and assuming that we can keep price above it, that might serve as a logical reference level to support a continuation move to the upside. Okay, so I'm going to hang tight here, wait for the initial balance range to establish. I see that we have a relatively narrow range, I think, to start so far. And so that might help contribute to, maybe a potential sustained move in one direction. Now, if I had to pick a direction at this moment in time, I would say that the direction remains to the upside. Okay, but I don't predict where the market's going to go. I react to what the market tells me it wants to go. Okay, so we don't want to jump in necessarily without any sort of support for our view. We want price events to align with whatever direction we think the market's going to go, and if we do receive those price events, then it's natural for us to have an execution at that point. Okay, all right. So really looking for opportunities to the bullish side. Again, I don't necessarily want to participate at the very top, but certainly 2600 would be a logical place, and also a whole number, right? That, if we got a small pullback down to that level, that would be an area where would be a logical area to support a continuation move, okay, to the upside. Okay, that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. All right, something along those lines. We don't have VWAP here. So VWAP will tell you that you probably should wait for 25.94. Okay, that would be part of this kind of double bottom pattern that we have established here. Okay, that would be obviously more ideal. Question is, given the strength of this market, whether we do get that deep of a pullback. That's the question. Okay. All right. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what I have for gold. Taking a look and seeing if there's any sort of questions. Not seeing them. Okay. So I'm going to be looking for some opportunities here to go long. Okay, in this market, but not just generally two lots. Antha will generally I'm a two lot kind of guy. Okay. All right. So, but again, like I said, my risk model and your risk model and the amount of lots you should be trading is completely based on your account size. So I don't want to imply that two lots is the best. Okay, it's based on your whatever whatever your risk model is, and whatever your account size is. So you need to kind of factor all those things in order to arrive at yours. Okay, I don't want to imply that two is the correct. Okay. All right. All right. So that's kind of what I have for the gold market. I don't anything else. I mean, if we do get, I'm not seeing that we're getting much of a reaction off the average daily range high here. Okay. So it'll be interesting to see how this current candle closes here in the next minute. All right. If it does, blow through it, then I would say that we have even a better chance to get up to this 2607, which would be quite significant. Okay. All right. That's pretty much what I have for gold. Let's go ahead and move on to the crude oil market, which just opened, I believe, or about to. Okay. So I'm going to slide this over here and see if I can get my full screen indicator here up, open. Okay. So let's remove some of our indicators here, and let's take a look at crude. Okay. And we always start the review with a daily view. Okay. And we need to ask ourselves, well, what is the market trying to accomplish? Okay. Well, if you look at recently, the market has been trying to head higher. Okay. I had a long trade. You can see here. I had an execution here for a long side on a break of initial balance that I took on yesterday. Quite profitable trade. Okay. So in any case, the recent action of late has been bullish, right? So we've broken some structure here to the upside, and really the only thing that I see potentially in its way is this 71.85 level. Okay, 71.85 was a prior level of a resistant, or not, was a prior level of support, and this could become resistant again. Okay, we could get a situation like this. Okay, that's kind of, I mean, if it's going to follow this kind of symmetrical kind of process or way of moving. All right, so 72 is going to be an interesting area. 71.85. If it does manage to get above that, then we open up some of these higher levels here. Okay. You're welcome, Larry. I'm glad you're seeing value in the sessions, and that is creating opportunities in your trades. Just out of curiosity, Larry, was your trade in gold? Did you take an opening range trade in gold? Is that what you? Just curious. Okay. All right. So yeah, so daily chart looks like it's starting to show some signs, some bullish signs. It's coming off a demand zone on the okay, and the NQ. Okay, interesting. Okay, great. So yeah, it's coming off demand zone. We've broken some structure here to the upside. So I would say that we have runway at least to 72. Okay, based on the daily chart before we could potentially see some resistance here. Okay, that's what I'm seeing on the daily chart. But we don't trade daily. We don't hold trades overnight. Okay, so let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart is above value from yesterday. Okay. And according, we're up against some supply zones. At least we were. Let's visual range here. Shut that down here a little bit. Okay, so we're up against some supply areas, right? This is the last vestige of whoever this set of participants were. Okay, so we're up at that level. Okay, which could create a situation where we get a little bit of a pullback. All right. Now, if price remains above value, I would have to say that we are in, we are going to continue higher. Okay, in this market. All right. 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart. Okay, so we have our value range. I'm going to stretch this out here a bit, guys, to make it a little bit more visible for everyone. Okay, so we're above a lot of the things that we are tracking here. I'm going to open up some of my EMAs as well as ADR. And we're going to go ahead and open up initial balance because the market has already opened. Okay, so here we are. We're up against the supply zone, getting a little bit of a reaction inside candle that's being developed here. We have our initial balance range that just opened about 3 minutes ago. So again, same viewpoint here. If price remains above value, then we should be looking for long trades. If we get a close, okay, back inside value here, okay, then there's a potential that we can rotate all the way down to at least this area and potentially down to settlement price, okay? If we get a close back inside, okay? If we get a close back inside and then the price action to follow, there's a potential that we could get a rotation back down to settlement, okay? I say potential. Nothing's definitive, all right? Let's go ahead and move and open up our levels here. Okay. So we have a, let's see, yeah, 69.89. Okay. Let's capture our levels and add them to the charts. Okay, so here are our levels for the market. We have average session ranges above us here. Looks like I've double posted the average daily range. One of these, see, it's, let's go ahead and open up average session range. Okay. Right there. Okay. So we have 70.62. So let's change this to 62. Okay. And then change this to session. Okay. Let's change this to session here. All right. Change this to session. And this is 62. Okay. All right. 68.33. I'm just all in order. Yes, I'm just checking some levels here, guys, just to make sure that I'm not misrepresenting any information here. 68.62, so our value area low. Okay. So like I said, like I mentioned, as long as price remains, we're getting a little bit of a rejection candle away from value. Okay. Which could turn out to be bullish. All right. I'm assuming that it closes that way in the next 30 minutes or so. If not, and we get a bearish engulfing, okay, and we get price to close back inside value, as I mentioned, we could rotate back down to, say, the lows of the day. All right. That's certainly within the realm of possibility here. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so that's kind of I guess a couple of hypos, I guess, for the crude oil market right now. I would say that given what I'm seeing on the daily and some of the higher time frame charts, that there's probably a fair chance to continue higher here. I am seeing that maybe there is a little bit of a slowing in this March. Okay. We're seeing wicks on both ends of the candle, which kind of leads me to believe that maybe there is, some sellers stepping into this market here. All right. So I don't know what happened to my volume delta, but we'll go ahead and add it back. It might be down there somewhere. Oh, okay. But I'll go ahead and add it back. All right, here we are. So yeah, fair amount of selling going on right now. You can see there's a fair amount of selling. I don't know if it's really translating into price at the moment. Okay. But the fact that there is more selling than buying, that's indicated here, right? Yet we seem to be on the top end of the candle. So I wouldn't say that price is necessarily congruent with what we're seeing on Delta at the moment. All right. So in any case, that's kind of my view of crude oil. All right. So again, we're just again only about 8 minutes into the session here. I'm going to be patient, wait for initial balance to establish, and then based on the initial balance, I'll wait for initial balance to break in one direction or the other before I take any sort of execution in one way or the other. Okay. All right. Double checking the chat window to see if there's any questions. I don't see it. So yeah, before we kind of move on to the equities, again, I encourage you guys to subscribe if you're already subscribers. I think most of you are. Don't be hesitant with the likes. Hit the like button if what I'm sharing it resonates or has supported your trading. Don't be afraid to hit the like button. Okay. Again, these likes and comments to things that I make about the market or post on social media is again the lifeline for content providers. All right. So I'd encourage you to do that. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to and then I guess I don't want to overlook by saying I do thank those who've supported me so far. Okay, not undervalued there. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the equity markets. And again, guys, we have the potential of a dull market today. Okay, because of rollover. All right, so just something to keep in mind. Okay. So let's take a look at what the daily chart is telling us. And the daily chart is telling us that, well, that the market is trying to head higher, right? If you look at the series of candles that we've had so far, they've all been to the bullish side. Okay. We're coming into an area where we've seen sellers in the past. Okay. This is a relatively strong seller, okay, or set of sellers, right? And we're coming into an area, I would say 19,600, that could cause price to kind of review a lower price, okay. Um, our volume delta right now is rather neutral, right? Not really much action going, much trades going on in either direction, but we are pre-market. We're 20 minutes prior to the market here. All right. So for our chart, okay, for our chart, we are kind of stacking. I wouldn't say necessarily stacking, but we have kind of a row of candles here that are being developed up against an area that we would expect something like this to happen, right? So this area was supportive, was broken. Now it appears to be resistant. So looking at that, it seems that maybe I say might be a leg lower, okay, in store for us today, okay. Let's see, 30-minute chart, 30-minute chart. Okay, so let's see, so this is from Wednesday. Oh, this is Thursday. Okay, so right now we are inside value. Inside value implies that we could expect some range price action. Again, given the fact that we're on the high end of value and we're not making any new highs, the longer we stay here at these levels, the greater the likelihood that we are going to potentially move lower. Okay, the longer we stay here without making any significant new high, the greater the chance that we move lower. All right, let's go ahead and open up our levels and post these to the charts. All right, here we are. There are our levels. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and open up ADR here, see where the ADR falls. I guess confirm some of our pricing. So we have 19,630.25. We have ASR at 19,592. We have a value area high at 19,475. So all these numbers seem to be in line. Again, it feels like we're going to be in range, and maybe the value area range might be that range. Okay, so we got wicks on both ends of this consolidation area. All right. So again, my feeling, and again, this is before initial balance, but my feeling is that maybe we explore lower prices, okay, in today's market, because that would also align with some of the I guess efforts that some of these folks who are looking to roll their contracts over to the new contract. The assumption is that they're going to be looking for some lower pricing. Okay, all right. So that's kind of what I'm seeing on the Nasdaq. I'm not seeing really a good location here to support a long. All right. If I was long, then I would like to be a bit lower in the market here, maybe down, I don't know, 19,000. I'm looking over here to the left to kind of guide me here. So I would say something like 19,336 seems like a logical area to support along, okay, in this market. Otherwise, I would say that we're probably best served from a risk perspective to look for shorts, okay, because I can manage my um, it's third on my list, David. I mainly trade crude oil, gold, and then the equities. So if I don't find any opportunities in crude oil or gold, then I move into some of these markets. But it's not a market that I trade on a daily basis, although I do trade it on occasion. Okay. All right. Let's see. I think that's pretty much it, guys, of what I wanted to say about this market. So, like I said, the longer we stay in this range, the greater likelihood we have of maybe a reversal in price through value all the way down maybe to this area here at 19,285. Okay. Or 290. Okay. That's kind of what I'm seeing so far. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the off my list too. Make it a little yeah. So it's third on my list. It's third on my list because yeah, just because the way it moves, it does not resonate with my mindset often. Okay. All right. Let's there's a reason they call it Nas crack. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the ES. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at the daily. All right, so daily chart. Okay, daily chart. Um, Kind of looking at this from a higher time frame perspective. Again, we're starting to get a feeling. We have we've established a higher low. We established a higher high. Now the question is, can we get above 56,666? I know that seems like an ominous number there, but if we can get above 5666 and above 5700, then there's really no reason. I think I've even made a little bit of a projection here from this low to where price could potentially go based on this swing here. Okay, based on this swing here, right? Based on this swing here, this is kind of the projection of where price could end up. Okay, around 5,900. Okay, based on the daily chart. All right. So looking at the 4-hour chart here. Okay, 4-hour chart. Here we are. Okay, so let's remove this for a second. All right, I'm not sure these are the most. I'm not sure this is the latest numbers here. So let me add those here. All right, here we are. Okay, there are our levels. Okay, so again, price is above some of the things that we care about on the 4-hour, right? We're above this anchor VWAP that I drew. We're above our value. Okay, we're above value, above our anchor VWAP. So again, indicating, um, um, bullish price action. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the 30-minute chart. A little frog in my throat today, guys. I don't know what's going on. All right. Let's open this up here. Make sure we identify. This is Wednesday's value area. So I'm going to adjust that here a little bit. Okay, I'm going to drag this over to the close of Thursday. Okay, and then we're going to bring this in to the start of Thursday, right about there. Okay, so that's our value area. So unlike the Nasdaq, where price was kind of hovering in inside value, ES is above it. Okay, so I would say of the two markets, it seems that ES is a bit more bullish. Okay, just by the fact that it's above value. Okay. Yes, nothing like a two-lot NQ trade to get the blood flowing. Absolutely. Um, okay. All right. So yeah, so we're above value. Initial balance range is not going to get established here for another 10 minutes. So the fact that we're above value, let me go ahead and add. Looks like I lost my levels again. Okay, here are our levels. We'll just double confirm some of these just to make sure they're accurate. 5606 is 5606 is value area high. 5606. Wow, that's way off. 5606 is value area high. I don't know why. I don't know how I managed to do that. Point of control is 5598. Wow. 5598 is our point of control. Okay, and then our settlement price is 5602. Okay, well, that's good. Value area low is coming in at 5564. Value area low, 5564. I don't know what I was looking at, guys. 5564. Yeah, 5564 is our value area low. Okay. Let's see. We got average. Let's open up our average daily ranges. So it's well above here. Let's see, this is also different too. What is going on? We got 5641. 5641 as our ADR high. Okay, and then we have average session range high coming in at 5636. 5636. Okay, and then we'll make that 75. Okay, and let's see, value area high we've already captured 5606. We have settlement at 5602. Okay, that's in, and we have average daily range low is down here at 5556. 5556. Wow, 5556. Okay, and we already did that, and lows. Okay, all right, now this is starting to look a little bit better. I don't know why they were so off. Just gonna update this here. Put this in bold. Supply control. Also, average daily range low. Okay. All right. Okay. So, what are some hypos for this market? Hypos for this market. Well, right now we're above value. We got a little bit of a rejection away, but really no follow through. Okay. We're starting to get this line really didn't mean anything, but actually this is a relatively decent trend line. Okay. And price is flirting with the idea of getting below it. Okay. Market's about 5-6 minutes away from opening. if it's going to align with what I was seeing on the NASDAQ, well, maybe there might be an opportunity to potentially take the market lower. I would like to see price get below value before I would entertain something like that. Okay. Right. I'd like to see price get below value, maybe even below settlement before I entertain any sort of execution that could lead me down to average session range low. Okay. I'm not sure, given that we have given the proximity of the settlement price and value area high, whether I want to necessarily take an execution to the downside just yet. Okay. I need, I guess, a little bit more evidence, although, as I mentioned, I have this little trend line that I think I did by accident. But if I draw my channel, okay, like this, well, if I can get price to close below that with some volume, maybe I have some ingredients for a move further to the downside. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm seeing on the ES. If I'm bullish on the market, well, value area high could offer me a location. Settlement price could be in another location, but it's not just location. I need to see price action, a 3-bar reversal or something along those kind of lines. So we're well aware, well away from having to entertain anything like that at the current with the current price or current candle. Okay. So, like I said, we're about 4 minutes away from opening this market. We have our levels. I'm going to be patient, wait for initial balance to establish before I do any sort of executions. All right, so let's close the session with a review of the Dow. Okay, we're going to modify this to the Dow. I was actually kind of peaking already. Maybe that's why I'm getting different numbers. I was looking at the Z contract. Oh, okay. All right. I might need to go back and change those numbers. Okay, let's take a look at the Dow. So guys, some of these levels that I may have quoted are maybe December contract. So I apologize for that. Maybe I'll come back and correct some of that before we close the session here. Okay. All right. So looking at let's turn off some of these levels. I'm going to forego the review of the, let's turn off ADR for now. Okay. So what is the market trying to accomplish on the 4-hour chart? Well, we've broken some levels here to the upside. Okay. We are making higher highs and higher lows, right? Higher high, higher high, higher low. Now we're making breaking some structure here, higher high. So the market is trying to move higher. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart is we're looking. Okay. We're going to go ahead and open up the fixed range volume profile tool. We're going to locate the here, drag this across. Okay, so here we are above value, above settlement, above daily weave up. I don't know how many different reference levels that we use, but everything is indicating, at least for now, some bullish price action. Okay. Let's go ahead and open up ADR. ADR, we're above, right? Somewhere in the middle. Okay, so let's start capturing some of these levels. So we have ADR high coming in at 41,410. Okay, ADR low coming in at 40,000. ADR low coming in at 40,861. Okay, we have value area high coming in at 4106. BAH 41056, and we have point of control at 40,000, POC at 40,000, 854, 854, and then value area low coming in at 40,770. And then let's not forget settlement. Settlement is 41,146. Okay, so what to make of this market? Well, again, we have just before the bell here, we have a developing bearish candle. All right, 5 seconds. We have a developing bearish candle. So let's open up initial balance here. Let's double check our ASR levels here. Where is ASR? Okay, there's ASR. So 40,976 on the bottom side and 41,406. So slightly higher on the low end, but on par with average daily range. Okay. So what to make of this market for now? I would say that you probably would need to err on the side of bullish. Okay. But I would probably wait for a better level to support that. Now, settlement might offer that. Okay, if assuming that price can remain above settlement, this might be an area. If price falls below settlement price, then we open the door up for a run down to value. Okay, value area high, or maybe even down to this ASR low. Okay, looks like we're getting some buyers stepping into this market here as the market is trying to establish itself. Okay, so yeah, this might be, again, I'm not inclined at this point to do much of anything, but I'll start tracking this on a 50-minute chart. Okay, and assuming that I get my price to close above 41,270. Okay, that could be, if I'm bullish, that could be a move that we can potentially see in this market, and that could, my target could be as high as 41,406. Okay, I'm not seeing anything to the left of me. Okay, that could potentially impede that potential move. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm seeing in the market, guys. I wanted to go back and take a peek at the ES because I guess there's a slight bit of confusion on what contract I was looking at. So I want to correct maybe some of my levels that I communicated earlier. Okay, so let me go back to my spreadsheet and let's undo some of the things I had done here. Okay, so let's do that, and let's see. Let's double check the ES here, guys. Don't want the worst thing I can do to you guys is have you walk away with incorrect levels. Okay, so let me add this back here, and then let's double confirm some of these things. So we're going to open up ASR here. ASR is already opened. Where's my ASR? I don't see my ASR. Interesting. Okay, open up ADR. Well, ADR is supposed to be open too. I don't see that either. Interesting. What time frame am I looking? I'm looking at the right time. Okay, well, let's do this. Let's do away with this. Let's do away with this. And let's start over. Okay. Do I see my levels? There they are. Okay, so there's 57. There's, well, actually 5641. Okay, 5641 is my ADR high. 5641. $56.41.50. Okay. All right. And then ADR low is 55.56. Okay. 55.56 is my ADR low. So we'll add that. Okay. And then we're going to ahead and add back my ASR. Okay, we're going to turn off this shading. Okay, there we are. Okay, so ASR, we have 5643. Okay, 5643. All right, 5643, 50. Okay, and then we have our ASR low at 5572. 5572. Okay, 25. Okay, and then average daily range low is coming in at 5556. 5556. And then settlement is correct. Point of control is somewhere underneath here, I think. Yeah, let me turn this off. Okay, and our ASR low is 5598. No, 5598 is our point of control. So I'm going to modify that. 5598. Okay, and then average session range we captured already. Okay, 5572 is my average session range low. 25. Okay, and we got the high, low. Okay, this is starting to look a little better. Value area low coming in at 5565. 5565. Settlement we've already captured. Value area high we've already captured. 5606. 5606. Wow. Okay. Value supplies. Okay. This is starting to look a little bit better now. All right. So, all right. Okay. So I think that's pretty much the levels that we are going to be tracking here for ES. I do apologize, guys, for the little mix up on the contracts. I was looking at the Z contract when I was doing this, when I should have been looking still at the U or September contract. So here are our levels that we should be tracking for ES. Looks like at least we made at least an initial push to try to get the market back to the upside. I would say that I would be more inclined to go bullish with a break of initial balance, okay, and a hold, and then maybe a pullback against initial balance before maybe say 56.16. That would be kind of my area here. Initial balance is still very much being developed as we speak, so we'll have to be patient for that. But I think if we can get above this structure here at 56.16, that could offer us an opportunity to the upside and explore maybe some of these prices above us at 56.43 or 56.41. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's I think that's it for me. We'll go ahead and close the session. Again, just a reminder that today is Friday. So it's if you've had a good week, this is Capital Preservation Friday. This is not the day to give back all the profits that you've earned, okay, over the week. So be true to your process. Wait for price action to support your moves or expectations of the moves. And we'll just close our session as we normally would. Trade well, trade safe, trade like a pro, be a market trader. All right, guys, have a good day. No group coaching today. We'll pick up again on Monday. All right. Hope to talk to you guys soon. You're welcome, David.